Hello riders, some people make friends easy, but for another it's like mission impossible. Do you know why? In this video I'm gonna give you some very practical tips how to make friends everywhere around the world. Stay with me. Welcome back, guys. Now you might say, Pavlin, it is easy for you, you have YouTube channel and so many people know you, wherever you go somebody will meet you. No, guys, all of this could help me to meet many people, but this cannot help me to have friends around the world. And don't forget that I work seriously with this channel from no more than 3 years, but I'm traveling around the world for more than 20 years. First time when I left my country for a longer period was in 1999. At that time, the social networks and YouTube and all of this was not existing. So the tips I'm gonna give you now, they are like universal tips. They always worked and they will always will. Tip number 1, be yourself. It is so obvious, but so many people miss it somehow. To pretend to be someone is so common today, especially on the days of social networks and YouTube or whatever. But people are not stupid. Soon or later they will find out, and then you will be left with nothing. Be yourself and I guarantee that you will find the people like you. The phrase fake it until you make it is absolutely nonsense for me. Be a real person and you will meet a real friends. Tip number 2, be careful with the religion. Always respect other religions and don't flock with yours. It doesn't matter in what you believe, we're all the same, we're all human beings. Do not even think that your religion is better than others. This is the fastest way to put yourself in a serious problem. Some people are very sensitive on that topic and this could rise from nothing to a really bad and serious problem very quick. Number 3, do not give advice until someone asks about it. This is exactly what I do at the moment. I'm giving you advice, but keep in mind that I am on that platform from a long time. You all know me. I have proved myself many times before I stand here and talk about it. And even so, many people will refuse to listen and they will even dislike the video or put some nasty comments. Save your advice because they won't listen. You might be right, but they don't care. Tip number 4, don't talk, just listen. I'm sure that you have heard the phrase, the silent is God, because it really is. Most of the people I have met in the last 20 years, they prefer to talk instead of listen my stories. If they want, there are some cases like that. If they want to know something, you will understand it anyway. Even if you come from big and powerful country, it doesn't mean that your stories are better. Everybody deserves audience. Be patient and listen. This will open many unexpected doors for you. Tip number 5, don't refuse if somebody offers you a drink. Let me clarify it for you. I'm not encouraging you to drink alcohol, especially when you're right, but you can do it later at the evening. Let me tell you one funny story. Many years ago, I was in Siberia, Russia, and I met a guy and he asked me for drink and he offered me actually a drink and he said, what you gonna drink? I said, I don't drink. And he asked, why? I said, because I don't like it. And he started a number of questions. Okay, but do you have any health problems? I said, no, I don't have any health problems. And he said, a religion is not let you? I said, no. Your wife forbid you? I said, no, it's not about that. And he said, you have some kind of understanding about alcohol because it's wrong for your body? I said, no, nothing like that. And he said, and why you don't drink? I said, because I don't like it. And he said, are you spy? I said, no, I'm not spy. And finally, it was just too much and I asked, why are you asking so much? And he said, because in Russia, we don't have people like you. I said, okay, but I am what I am. So I did not drink anything, but he wanted to speak with me and a couple of times he wanted to start conversations, but he cannot. He just take his glass and want to say just cheers, but he just leaving the glass. And at the end I said, man, you cannot talk if I'm not drinking. This is what I understand. And he said, yes. I said, finally, I gave up. I said, okay, just give me one glass and we start talking. So he gave me a piece he gave me a little vodka and we start drinking and the conversation finished 4 o'clock in the morning and we're still very good friends. This is just one example how the alcohol just break the ice. There are some exceptions, of course. Even this guy told me, when you go to Mongolia, never drink with locals because they get crazy. But this is just one example. Tip number 6, always stop when you see a broken down car or motorcycle on the road and offer help. In most of the cases, it's not going to be necessary, and people will say just, thank you very much, we are okay. But in some situations, it might be life-saving. And believe or not, this will open unexpected doors for you, and you don't know where they will lead you. I met a large number of people by just offering help on the road. Finally, we convert everything to really nice friendships, and even today we know each other and we're able to help each other everywhere around the world. Let me tell you another one funny story now on my trip to Pakistan. When we climbed the Babu Ser top, it was about 4,000 meters. My friend Enif stopped to a group of people, local people. They were working on one small bike, and it was obvious that they have some kind of problem. So I went there to see what's going on, and we found out that they lost the key of the bike. And they couldn't move from there, and it was cold, and they cannot move the bike, and actually they were wondering what to do. So 7-8 people all together, they don't know what to do. And for me this is easy. I understand the bikes, I understand this simple mechanics. I know what I have to do. I just need to make a circuit with the cables, and I can start the bike very easy. So I did it, and all of these guys were around me watching what I'm doing, and I just cut the cables, connected together, and said to the guy, okay, now we have ignition. And he said, yes, I have ignition, the light is on. I have kick now. He kicked, and the bike started immediately. And all of these guys around me, they all say it together at the same time, mashallah. It was so funny, guys. I really loved this moment. And one of the guys was speaking English, and we started a simple conversation. I said, thank you very much, you make us a good favor, you're always welcome to come in my home, why are you going now, and stuff like that. But anyway, we were on our way, we don't need this help, but it was there in the case I need it. Tip number 7, talk with locals, see what they like and say some good words about it. You don't need to lie, just be honest. The example I can give you now is from Turkmenistan. 2015, me and Dima, we were there in one small town, and we went to a local restaurant to eat something, and we noticed that the restaurant was just after the renovation. Everything was brand new, and it was completely different than the restaurant we have seen at that moment. And because it was later afternoon, there were no people, just the owner, we asked him to come, and we started to talk about the restaurant, how nice it is, how beautiful it is, and we did not expect to see this in Turkmenistan. And he was very proud with what he has done, and we started a nice conversation. And he even asked us, where are you staying now? And we said, we stay in this hotel here. And he said, why are you staying in this hall? You can come at home. And we said, no, thank you very much, but we already booked the room, we already paid the room. He said, yeah, if you want, you're always welcome to come at my home. It will be my pleasure to host you. So anyway, to make the long story short, on the next day we have some problems with the visa, and we need to stay 2 more days. And guess where we're staying? In his home. And it was just amazing. We got such a wonderful time. The whole family was there, and everybody was talking with us, and they brought a lot of food, and it was just amazing dinner, and I will remember it forever. It's just one example from many I can give you now. Tip number 8, don't forget to thanks for the food you've got if you are invited somewhere. In some of these countries around the world, people don't have enough money or possibility even to eat well, but when you're guests, they will give everything for you, even if they don't have. Make sure that you're very grateful of that. Say to the wives how good everything is. Don't lie, just be honest and tell some good words about it. Most of the times the wives living under the shadows of their men, and when somebody appreciates what they have done, it's like a miracle. Their door, their home will be always yours. I can promise this. I have some close friends, some family friends, and the wives told me many times, you're my favorite guest because you always say thank you and you always eat everything. Tip number 9, always bring some small gifts. It could be anything. It don't need to be expensive, maybe a souvenir from your country or whatever. Just bring something to these people and they will remember you forever. This small item will make a huge difference in your relations. And tip number 10, there is no such a thing like more than enough thanks. You need to say it every time. Thank you for this, thank you for that. Even if the person on the opposite side, no, you don't need to thank you. No, you just say it. It's a proven fact that when you're grateful, when the person on the other side hear this thank you, guess what he will do? More from the same. As I said, it's a proven fact. It's not because I told this way. You can start with your wife now and you'll see the result. So guys, as usual, thank you very much for watching. You're my heroes and I really appreciate the time you're spending in my channel. If you want to learn more about long motorcycle trips, check the rest of the videos or go and buy my book How to Become a Better Long Distance Motorcycle Rider. Link in the description below. As usual, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ciao.